Hi everyone, Bonnie here, and today we're going to do a tag, and it is called Why Spirituality. I don't remember who started the tag, but I do know that Lennan Smith was the one who started the idea of the tag. It was a video where she deep dives into why she chose her spirituality and how she handles it and what it means to her. It's a really great video. It's about 40 minutes long, but I will tag her channel down below in the description. I came across the tag actually through Summer's channel, Astoria Sen, and through Trisha's channel, Beanbag Hagwag. And I loved hearing their stories about their spiritual journeys. And I thought I should share because I'm not doing anything. And wanted to participate and share with my fellow. I'd also love to hear y'all's, because it's fascinating to me how vaguely similar and different everyone is. Like, there's similarities and there's differences, and I just like seeing the differences and the similarities between people. So the questions are, how were you raised? Most of y'all know I'm a pastor's daughter. I grew up evangelical. I know in the very beginning, I don't think my mom was evangelical. I think she was Catholic, because I do remember her celebrating Halloween. But it was mostly Baptist, and then Pentecostal, and then eventually non-denominational Christian. But it was a very Christian household, evangelical Christian household. We had folk traditions. My family, as I mentioned, are from Puerto Rico, and my mom was a country girl, so, but it was just, they were disguised as just cultural traditions. So like, we would throw out water through the back door on New Year's to dispel any negative energy, that sort of thing. But for the most part, it was a very, very Christian household. By the time I was 12, I was actually in the teen youth group, because I knew more about the Bible than the kids' youth group. And by the time I was 16, I was in the adult. And by the time I was 19, I was taking courses. And even though I've actually been pagan since I was 13, Christianity has been a very big part of my life. And it was what we went to church almost every day. We went to church Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Sunday morning, it would last until like 3 o'clock. It was Sunday morning until almost dinner time. And then Wednesday nights and Friday nights, we went all 3 times a week, every week. It was exhausting. I don't I don't recommend it. No, I'm joking. Sorry, kicked the tripod. But yeah, it was interesting, because I didn't quite believe in this faith. I didn't quite what's the word I'm looking for? I didn't quite connect with it. It was very confusing for me. I'm not a blind faith kind of person. Sometimes I am, depending on what it is. But I want answers more than faith. Yes, faith can be healing and faith can help, but I also need answers. So the next question is, why do you want a spiritual practice? Now, the reason I want a spiritual practice, I went through a lot of trauma when I was a kid. I was sexually abused by my stepfather. I was mentally, physically abused. It's even as an adult, I've been through abuse. And a lot of it was like, oh, it's God's plan. If God was so fucking loving, why did he put a kid through that? Oh, it's a lesson. I'm like, I was fucking 9 years old. Sexual assault on a 9-year-old isn't God's plan. I don't want a jealous God that stands idly by while others wreak havoc. That's not how I roll. But I had a connection, like, I was always outside. I was always in the dirt. I was always climbing trees, rolling down hills, and I felt that connection to earth. And while I was researching, when I was a teenager, I was researching different religions and came across Wicca. That's when I realized there was more out there, and the power was in me, but I could like deal with the power outside as well, and I needed a balance of both. And that's what I wanted. I wanted a connection with something, and connecting with the earth and connecting with spirit or the unknown was my best bet. It was like connecting with the universe, that energy, that primordial energy. That's what I wanted to connect to, and I found that through paganism. So the next question is, what calls you? Again, the connection with the universe, with the cosmos, with the unknown, with everything. It's just, I want to know, I want to heal, I want to grow. There's so many facets and faces to everything, and I just want to keep growing in myself and in my spirituality, and I want to keep like learning and sharing and communing, and it's just, everything calls to me. Like it's like an energy. The energy calls to me. It's a vibration that I can't shake off. I'm like turned on, and the signal just keeps coming back and forth, and I can't rest until something comes through. And last question is, what do you use to keep you on your path? Well, I don't force it on myself. I don't sit there and go, oh, I have to do a tarot reading. Oh, I have to use these crystals. Oh, I have to light this candle. I don't try and force it. It is just me and the universe. And the way that I connect with divine, with the cosmos, with everything outside of me is through music. So, but it's usually Gregorian chants. So I barely know Latin, and it's mostly about Jesus Christ, which I think is funny. But music, it's instrumental, industrial. Just, there's this one song from The Craft, which was used mostly at the end of the movie, or maybe during the scenes where they're in the shop. I don't quite remember. But it's called Bells, Books, and Candles, after the movie. And it's just completely instrumental. There's no words or anything. Well, no, there are words. My bad. But it's the way it moves. It's like a mixture of industrial and Indian, actual from Indian. And just a bunch of, like, it's like an amalgamation of music, not quite noise, but I listen to that when I'm in a bath. Today, for instance, I took a shower listening to Gregorian chants. That's why that popped in my head, because it's what I was listening to last. And like, there's one song by Enya called Boudica, and that plays nonstop. Like, when I'm trying to relax, that's what I play. And it's just, to keep me on that path, I just try and do one little thing, not a bunch of things all at once, trying to stay on track, because you're gonna burn out. Even with a spiritual practice, you can burn out. You can do too much. I just do one little thing, whether it's at bath time, bedtime, dinner time, just one little thing, and I feel centered. I feel that connection with the cosmos. Anyway, like I said, link in the description for Lennan Smith's channel. And that's all the questions that we have today. I don't want to make this too long and rambly, but that's how I connect with my spirituality and why I have that practice. So anyway, I hope you have a great evening and brightest blessings.